You're watching Southland Conference football on ESPN+. It's a clash of the Cardinals in San Antonio as the University of the Incarnate Word hosts the Lamar University Cardinals at Gale and Tom Benson Stadium. Hello, everyone. Along with Sam Kamen and the rest of the ESPN crew, I'm Carl Schoening. Sam, it's homecoming for UIW, and they have no small task facing off against the top of the conference, Lamar Cardinals.
It's been a tough year for Incarnate Word. Not what you would draw up at the beginning of the season if your head coach Clint Killow currently riding a 3-game losing streak, something they're not used to and something that these fans are not used to, seeing a losing record. And with Pete Rosamondo on the other side, with Lamar leading them to a 7-1 record, 5-0 currently in conference play, number 14 in the country. It's a tall task for UIW today.
Two of the best receivers in the country. We start off with Lamar's Kendon Fusilier.
Yeah, he's a multi-dual threat wide receiver. He can do it in the receiving game. You saw what he did last week against the Demons. 7 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown led the way for Lamar. But he is also prolific in the punt return game. Already has 1 return for a touchdown. Got to be wary of Fusilier.
And on the Cardinals for Incarnate Word side, Jalen Waltall had a breakout game, as we've been expecting that from him all season.
Yeah, he's a preseason All-American and preseason Walter Payton Award watch list player for a reason. A career game, 10 catches, 220 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Welcome back, Jalen Waltall. Your team needs you this game as well, and look for him to have a big impact on this one.
It only took till November, but we finally have a feeling of fall. 70 degrees at kickoff here at Gale and Tom Benson Stadium. It'll be the UIW Cardinals kicking it away to Lamar to start things off.
Gotta love it when that temperature drops, the stakes and fire of these teams get even higher, and we're finally in that football mindset right now.
Nicholas Brown back deep to receive the opening kickoff along with Xavier Coleman. Sent away by Will Ferris, and it'll be taken by Nicholas Brown at the goal line. He'll take it down the left hash marks and get near that 25-yard line. He would have been promised with a touchback, and it looks like the 24 is where Lamar will start things off.
And take a look at their impact players. Lamar, they love to run the ball. Xavier Coleman coming off his first 100-yard rushing game, also had 2 touchdowns for him. Blake Thomas leads the wide receiving core, and for Incarnate Word, they're led by their 2 linebackers, Dune Smith and Declan Williams. 2 of the top 10 in tackles in the Southland. They've got to be on their A game against this rushing attack.
Robert Coleman gets the start at quarterback, and his first pass is incomplete as he was looking for Jaden Gerard. And that was a big conversation coming into this game. Is it going to be Coleman or is it going to be McCown? The senior from California gets the start.
Yeah, he started off as the starting quarterback for Lamar at the beginning of the season, was injured early. Aiden McCown came in, was the starter the rest of the way, but then McCown picked up an injury, and Coleman's back to
his flicker is broken up, and it'll be recovered as a pickup there by Xavier Coleman. Will force that one to be a long 3rd down instead of Cardinals football in the red zone.
And Lamar's trying to come out of the gates with some fireworks, a flea flicker on that play, and Declan Williams getting into the backfield, able to get the pressure. And now it's 3rd and long for Incarnate Word.
UIW trying to get off of the field on the defensive side. Coleman drops back and overthrows Xavier Coleman, and a 3-and-out is exactly what UIW's defense would like to start their game with. That's what they got.
They came out attacking Robert Coleman. That time it was Talib Salahuddin with the pressure. Trying to set up the screen was Robert Coleman. And just what you want on homecoming. Force a 3-and-out and get that offense who saw some improvement in that second half versus UTRGV. get them the ball and try and score early.
Mason Stallings will send a floater that'll be taken by Morton. He doesn't call for the fair catch, and he's more or less immediately wrapped up, was able to get a step forward, and Incarnate Word will start near the 45-yard line. That's where the nose will start as we check out the other impact players, this time starting with the UIW offense.
Yeah, you look at UIW, and they got to get their running game going, starting with Jalon Spears. They've already got a couple running backs out, including some also wide receivers. Jamison Garcia had led the team in receiving yards, but he picked up an injury against UTRGV, so he'll not be able to go in this one.
A keeper for E.J. Colson, and he'll immediately be dropped. There's Kristen Pugh, one of the impact players, immediately makes an impact with a tackle for loss.
Yeah, and you see E.J. Colson's numbers so far this season. Although he didn't start the first 2 games, he has been impressive, second in the conference in yards per game and efficiency. Throwing for over 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's got to be able to do it with his arm, but also his legs.
This time it'll be a fake, and Jackson Lowe will get the catch on the quick pass, and minimal gain there, just back to the original line of scrimmage and a yard more. 3rd and long coming up for UIW.
And this is the part of the offense that is the reason why E.J. Colson has been put into the starting role. Richard Torres doesn't have the escapability and explosiveness with his feet. See a little bit more RPO actions with E.J. Colson. See what they do here on 3rd and long.
Both defenses trying to start with 3 and outs. 3rd and 8 from the 47. Colson will drop back for a pass. Quick throw over to the left side and making the catch, then stepping out of bounds. Josh Lorick picks up the first down for UIW.
And a great throw from a far hash to that far sideline. A great comeback route by Josh Lorick, a dot from E.J. Colson, and a key 3rd down conversion for UIW.
Incarnate Word gets into Lamar territory on that completion as well. 1st and 10. Another fake play as Lorick will get a lot of space on the wide side of the field. Stutter steps and will get near the line to gain for another first down. See where they marked him as he eventually ended up out of bounds. They moved the chains past the 30-yard line.
You saw Lamar run a flea flicker. This time UIW tries to go with some trickeration just a day after Halloween. The end around to Josh Lorick, get him in space, and another big chunk play.
From the 25, Colson throws over to the right side and overthrows his intended target. He was looking for Zach Mitchell, and incomplete.
Yeah, doing a good job of working back to that ball was Mitchell, and just unable to be on time and on target with E.J. Colson. But a great job of getting themselves deep into scoring territory. Now they've got to convert.
Clock stops at 11:54. Mitchell goes in motion. Colson will decide to call his own number, goes around right end and be a yard short of the red zone.
Quarterback design run. He had 13 rushes against the Vaqueros last week for 36 yards and a touchdown.
Substitutions will slow down this play. 3rd and 6 as the Lamar defense might have to play for 2 downs here, as this tends to be Clint Killow 4-down territory. 3rd and 6 from 21. UIW knocking on the door of the red zone. Colson with a quick pass. It's caught, and moving forward, Jackson Lowe picks up the first down into the red zone at the 11.
Great job by Jackson Lowe, finding a soft pocket in that zone right at the marker, makes the catch, and another first down.
Trying to work it to the right side, Jalon Spears gets it to the 5. Gain of 6. And Incarnate Word marching down the field, trying to be the first Cardinals to score.
And they love to get in their tempo. They're in their rhythm right now.
Jalon Spears goes around left end, tries to spin towards the end zone, stays on his feet, and whistles finally stop this play as he's short of the goal line, just barely.
Going in around the tackles and kept churning his feet. Got some extra love from his big guys and just short of the line to gain as well. So knocking on the doorstep of a first down and potentially 6 points.
So 3rd and 1 from the 2. So a gain of 1 will give him 4 chances on 1st and goal. Gain of 2 gives UIW the first 6 points of the ball game. Colson with Spears in the backfield, and whistles will stop play as UIW wants to call a timeout. Keep it right here. 9:46 remaining in the first quarter. UIW's defense started this game off with a 3-and-out, and then this drive started at the 45 in Incarnate Word territory. They're looking to complete a 55-yard scoring drive for a touchdown after this timeout. Let's check out your keys to the game, Sam.
Yeah, there's a lot of keys that Coach Killo could have talked about, but in his coach's interview with you and his coach's show, he mentioned they have been a inconsistent football team. They've got to find some consistency on both sides of the ball, but defensively as well. They've got to eliminate big explosive plays. They had too many explosives against a Vaquero team that put up 56 points, but one of the things that he mentioned was starting fast. This is their opportunity to start quick and start fast.
Spears finds a gap, will lower his shoulder, and I think he got the first down, but he stopped short of the touchdown. No, they'll actually say that he didn't even get to the first down. So 4th and half a yard here coming up for UIW.
Doing a great job there. In the hole was Braden Faulkner, senior from Waco, Texas. Went to China Spring High School, 46 tackles on the year. Met Spears right in the hole and won that battle to keep him short. And this is a aggressive play by UIW, but very common. Just need half a yard.
And a yard and a half to get into the end zone. They stack the left side, and now Jacksonville moves over to the right side. Spears cuts back towards the middle, and I don't know if he got there. It'll be close to see if he picked up the first down. He's short of the goal line. Officials yet to give a signal, and now they'll remove the chains, essentially. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah, he got a good push. His second surge, seeing a good job of making Spears move laterally, but he was able to kind of fall forward for that first down.
They keep feeding Spears. He's trying to find a gap, and the trenches are tight. He's going to be held up short of the goal line.
And that's something that head coach Clint Killo knew was when he did film on Lamar. He said their defense plays hard, they play aggressive, and their D-line is as good as any in the Southland Conference. They're showing why, continuing to stand firm here on the goal line.
Empty backfield for Colson. He'll lob it up to the end zone. Jalen Waltall going for the one-handed snag. Not going to be able to pull it down. Coverage from Paul Amodia.
I like the play, one-on-one. Throw it to your playmaker, Jalen Waltall, but he had number 5, Zach Mitchell, in motion. He could have thrown it in the flat, and again, all you need is a yard, maybe inside a yard.
3rd and goal from the 1. Colson flips it to Waltall. This time he has speed on the left side, and he'll get into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, UIW.
Didn't matter how many times they tried at the goal line, they finally found a way to punch it in. Number 6 for 6 points. They had struggled running up the middle, and so let's go with a jet sweep, end around, use the speed to their advantage, and Jalen Waltall will get an easy receiving touchdown, his 5th of the season and 3 in the last 2 games.
Will Ferris for the point after attempt. Through the uprights and good, and Incarnate Word strikes first. 7:52 remaining in the opening quarter. Lamar has to answer when we come back. Yeah, let's see how long Mr. Robert Coleman stays on the field. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets off to a slow start, they go to Aiden. I need to look up where Lumberton is, where Lucas Powell's from. Never heard of Rusk either, but I'm assuming it's DFW area maybe? I don't know. A good chunk of the time, DFW area is a good guess.
I'll look up Rusk.
I'll look up Lumberton. Lumberton's not too far from Beaumont.
Rusk is like East Texas, like between, closer to Tyler.
Huh, interesting. Seven 0 University Incarnate Word lead as we come back here to Galen Tom Benson Stadium. UIW marches down the field for a 55-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 1-yard pass to Jalen Waltall from E.J. Colson, and Will Ferris will send this out of the back of the end zone. No opportunity for a return, and the Lamar Cardinals, they have keys to the game as well, Sam.
Yeah. Their big thing is wanting to establish the run game, breaking through on the ground. They had one of their best rushing games against Northwestern State, but their second key is they've been able to get up big in games, but haven't been able to put the final nail in the coffin, letting some teams hang around. It's not been the case so far in this one, as they went 3 and out on their first drive and then gave up an opening drive touchdown to Incarnate Word.
Coleman in the shotgun. Play action. Quick swing out to the Fusilier on the left side, and he'll tightrope the sideline for a gain of about 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, Robert Coleman coming off his first start since his injury, and you see he's played in 4 games, was a little rusty early against the Demons, but got settled in as the game went along. He's a big-time leader for head coach Pete Rossamondo. He shows that leadership both when he was injured on the bench and coming in ready to play last week.
He tries to feed Fusilier yet again. It's completed, but he's not going to go anywhere as the defensive stop is made by A.J. Tisdale.
Yeah, Coleman did a good job last week of spreading it around, including finding Fusilier for 7 catches for 70 yards as he hit 10 different receivers, but back-to-back times going to Fusilier. First time worked for a big chunk. That one UIW was ready for, and now another 3rd down early in this second drive.
3rd and 3. Cardinals showing some pressure. Coleman tries to escape the pocket. He's not going to be able to. Back-to-back 3 and outs forced as Talib Salahuddin comes up with a big stop on 3rd down.
He had the pressure to end last drive, and this time he gets home for the sack. What a play for Talib Salahuddin. Able to know, hey, it's a money down, and he was pumped up, getting hyped, popping up off the ground after that sack.
Mason Stallings will send this one away. Once again, Morton back deep to receive. And we have a little bit of confusion happening at the line of scrimmage, allowing substitutions to come in, and now a timeout will be taken by Lamar before this punt. So both teams burning timeouts early, down to 2 timeouts. We'll keep it right here. UIW's defense certainly couldn't have asked for a better start.
No, starting with 2-3.
Cardinals showing some pressure.
Cannot ask for a better start. That was something that head coach Clint Killow talked about starting fast. And after you give up 56 points last week against UT Rio Grande Valley, it's kind of it's a gut check if you're a part of that defense of saying, hey, we got beat pretty bad. How do we respond to this one?
Stallings has plenty of time to send this one away, and it'll angle out of bounds near the 40-yard line. And that'll send us into a media timeout. 5:43 remaining. Incarnate Word looking to add on to their lead when we return on ESPN+.
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Welcome to Casati Pines at Coshada, nestled in the natural wetlands of southwest Louisiana on 65 acres of Looking Glass Lakes, surrounded by stately pines and live oaks. It's an experience unlike any other. A challenging 18-hole par 72 championship course, 6 sets of tees, and a unique 19th tiebreaker hole. Ranked the 18th best golf course in the USA by Golf Advisor. Casati Pines at Coshada in Kinder, Louisiana. Louisiana's best bet.
Hey, what's up, roomie? I got us some Jersey Mike subs.
Danny DeVito? Are you my freshman roommate?
And that doesn't matter. This is a Jersey Mike's commercial where the subs matter most. I mean, look how big that is. We'd eat that for lunch and for dinner. Hey, we'd eat that. Hey, who let the rents in? You want a Jersey Mike's?
Introduce us to your new roommate.
Mom, it's Danny DeVito.
That's mine. Don't touch it. Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunionone.org.
Clint Killow, the head coach and play caller for UIW in his 3rd season, Sam.
Yeah, Clint Killow, one of 2 third-year head coaches on either sideline, has done a great job with this program and trying to kind of get some bad mojo out of this program the last couple weeks. Not used to losing 3 straight. If anything, anytime they've lost, they've bounced back and started a new winning streak. So this is a chance to really reflect on what those things have been that have been eating at them and try to rewrite some bad mojo.
Jalen Waltall makes the catch and very close to a taunting. Won't be called as the tackle was made out on the corner by Lamar's Ronnie Hamrick.
Yeah, great job of recognizing a quick screen, and Hamrick finishing through the tackle of Waltall, and back-to-back tackle for losses has Incarnate Word behind the chains here on drive number 2.
Third and 15. Colson just gives it off to Harlan Dixon. Dixon finds space, hurdles a defender, and will pick up a good chunk of yards, but still be about 5 yards short. And Incarnate Word doesn't seem to be blinking. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field for this 4th and 5.
And if you're Lamar, you got to make sure you just hold firm. This could be one of those chances that Incarnate Word tries to draw you off sides to get a free 1st down.
Colson quickly under pressure, airs it out down the right sideline, looking for Waltall. Instead, it's intercepted. Kristen Pugh coming up with essentially what would have been a punt, but it looks like we might have a flag on the play. Sam, did you catch something?
Yeah, they jumped off sides.
So it looks like DeKelvion Beeman is the one who is the guilty party, just a little early, and Might have been a bit of a dummy count, and this ended up being a free play. So that interception wiped off the board, and UIW gets into Lamar territory.
Yeah, that's exactly why Incarnate Word got to the line of scrimmage quickly. You get into those 4th and less than 5. Hey, get to the line early. See if we can't draw them off sides and get a free first down where, hey, E.J. Colson has a free play because you get the first down pickup.
Harlan Dixon couldn't find a gap in the trenches and loses a yard on the handoff.
And those are those costly penalties that Coach Rosamondo was talking about last week. Had double-digit penalties. Most of those penalties, though, last week against Northwestern State were aggressive penalties, not kind of miscues like those offsides where those are backbreakers.
Play action. E.J. Colson slings it over to the right side and just wide of his intended target, Jalen Waltall. Solid defense by Paul Omodia, who's over there defending.
Yeah. Omodia doing a great job being tasked with going one-on-one with Jalen Waltall here early, and outside of an end around where he was able to score on the jet sweep, Waltall has been draped all over by Omodia.
3rd and 11. Dixon will join Colson in the backfield. Colson has time to throw. Tries to escape the pocket. He's not going to be able to get rid of that ball either. Tackle made in the backfield by Etelridge McKinney.
Yeah, great job in the back end by Lamar. Coverage sack, and then right there making sure we have eyes on the quarterback that likes to use legs to get out of the pocket and extend plays. McKinney there right for the tackle and sack to cause a Incarnate Word punt.
First time seeing Incarnate Word punter Ryan Schamberger on the field today. He'll be sending it away to Kendon Fusilier. Schamberger sends this one high and short. Fusilier calls for the fair catch, and he'll come down with it at the 16, and we'll step aside. Lamar trying to tie things up when we come back here on ESPN+. quarterback for Lamar after 2 drives with Robert Coleman getting the start. Aiden McCown playing his first action since leaving late in the 4th quarter against UTRGV in the homecoming for Lamar. He'll hand it off, and it's only a gain of a couple yards on the play as they elect to go to the ground. And it was his non-throwing arm, McCown, injured late in that game. And then Robert Coleman took things over and led them to what would be a game-winning drive on a field goal, 57 yards.
Yeah, left shoulder injury, unlike his brother Owen McCown, who is a lefty quarterback for the other college here in San Antonio, the UTSA Roadrunners.
Immediately under pressure, McCown just has to get rid of it. I don't know if that got back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like Major Bowden was in the area enough for no flag, but the UIW defense blows up the play.
Yeah, trying to set up a running back screen, and just lucky enough that Major Bowden was close enough to call it a eligible receiver in the area. If not, that's big loss on a intentional grounding. But Lamar's really struggled these first 3 drives to get something going offensively.
Declan Williams with the quarterback hurry that really came into play. 3rd and 8. Lamar on their own 19. McCown. 3-step drop under pressure as he has to roll out to the left, and he wanted to tuck it and run. He wasn't able to turn the corner. Give credit to that stop for UIW from Jeremiah Young.
Yeah. Incarnate Word just rushing 3 that time on 3rd and long after the first 2 third downs, going with some heavy pressure. And right now, UIW winning the line of scrimmage.
Stallings almost has this one blocked, able to get it off for Tyler Morton to try and return. He has to run backwards as he didn't call for the fair catch and ends up losing a couple yards to the 40-yard line, and that's where UIW will take over for their 3rd drive of the game.
Great coverage there by Lamar, not letting Morton spin out of it and potentially set up a big return, but a good place to start the 3rd drive for E.J. Colson and company, trying to put something together like their first drive. Going 14 plays, 55 yards, taking 6 minutes off the clock. See if they can't sustain a drive right here and go up 2 scores.
Jalen Spears comes into the backfield, play action. E.J. Colson will try and hit on the comeback route. That is Josh Lorick. He was near the line to gain, but took so many steps in, it only comes down as a gain of 5, maybe 6.
And Josh Lorick, 7th in the Southland in receptions coming into today with 32, has been a popular target early for E.J. Colson.
Spears able to get back to the line of scrimmage and find half a step, but once again, really solid job by the Lamar front line to make sure that no explosive plays come on the ground.
Incarnate Word only averaging 2.3 yards per carry right now. Both defensive lines winning the point of attack. But 3rd and short for Incarnate Word. Full playbook at the disposal for Coach Killo.
Colson with a quick pass to the right side. It's caught near the line to gain, and Jalen Waltall will be right at the line. They'll mark it with their left foot instead of their right, and already changing it on the number there. 1st down, we'll see, but it's actually 4th and about half a yard, and that is as close as it gets. I'm surprised they're not bringing the chains out.
Yeah, he caught it right at the 50. And they're just going to mark him at the 49 and a half. Need a half yard here for Incarnate Word.
Colson seeing if he can get the Lamar Cardinals to jump offside once again, and now a timeout will be burned. Actually, I beg your pardon, that's the end of the quarter. So we'll see if UIW will try and get up the 1st down when we come back. We'll step aside on ESPN Plus, 7-0 UIW over Lamar. Lamar, Sam.
Yeah, most wins of any Lamar head coach after 2 years. He's already at 20 midway through his 3rd year, more than any previous Lamar coach after their first 4 years. Has done a great job of building an identity of this team.
Colson's able to complete it to Zach Mitchell on the option to pass there on 4th and half a yard, and to start the second quarter, UIW picks up the first down.
Love the play call on 4th and half a yard. Make sure you have the run and pass option, and a great job of defending it by Lamar, taking away the feet of Colson and Spears, but using the arm was E.J. Colson to pick up the first down, finding a key target in Zach Mitchell.
Handoff and breaking through the trenches there. Jalen Spears picks up about 7 yards.
That was the biggest hole that any running back for either side has seen. Getting up north and south was Jalen Spears, putting his foot in the ground and accelerating for a big gain on first down.
Play action. Colson, time to throw. Decides to roll out to the right and gets rid of it. Lamar sideline begging for a hold, not going to get it.
Yeah, that one they probably got away with if you're Incarnate Word. Left tackle Chantrell Key got up around the shoulder pads of the defensive end for Lamar. But as some coaches like to say, you could call a holding on just about every single play.
It's about the cliche thing that you can say in football. Josh Lork goes in motion. 3rd and 4. Colson with a quick drop pass and incomplete. Looking for Jalen Waltall once again. Paul Amodia comes up with the stop, but a flag here in the backfield. Kind of get the feeling this is against UIW with the placement.
They're looking at the UIW sideline, though, so I don't know if they maybe hit E.J. Colson in the face. Nope. Hands to the face.
Gary Leeper has a call.
Personal foul. 4. Offense. Real hands to the face. 15 penalty. 3rd down.
Chantrell Key might have gotten away with a hold earlier. Doesn't get away with the play here, and they'll take the distance instead of the loss of down, or excuse me, it's to remain. They'll take it all the way back to the UIW side of the field on the personal foul.
Yeah, with it being 15 yards versus just 10 yards, takes them out of field goal range, and knowing how UIW likes to play football, takes them out of potentially going for it on 4th down.
So it's 3rd and 19 now. Colson trying to escape the pocket, running into white jerseys all over the place. Just has to get rid of it. See if he can get back to the line of scrimmage, and I don't know if he did. They're looking for grounding from the Lamar sideline. No flag forthcoming, and 4th down, and the punting unit comes out for UIW.
And they finally do drop the flag. E.J. Colson's had his eyes come down, and just great pursuit by Lamar. And what was a promising drive for Incarnate Word has back-to-back penalties of 15 yards and at least 20 on that last intentional grounding. So it completely flips the field for Lamar, getting a big stop. Still trying to find some offense, though, going into the second quarter.
Ryan Schamberger punting this one away to Kendon Fusilier. And he's going to angle this one near the sideline. Fair catch called for at the 44-yard line by Fusilier. And we'll step aside. It'll be Lamar football when we come back on ESPN+. Second quarter, 7-0, Incarnate Word lead.
in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to ride, and life to live. Christus Health. Your health. Your life. Our purpose.
A San Antonio shop owner was getting calls from hackers trying to drain her bank account. But Frost was on it. When they couldn't reach her, they drove over to what? To stop the call? What the fraud?
The scammers tried to clean her out.
So Frost handled the scandal.
Yep, and now business is blooming.
Got him!
Got him good.
Accidents happen, but getting back on the road, that's where San Antonio Collision Center comes in. From minor dents to major repairs, our certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to restore your vehicle to like-new condition, fast. We work with all insurance companies, offer free estimates, and treat every car like it's our own, because your peace of mind is our top priority. San Antonio Collision Center, where quality meets care. Schedule your appointment today.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Clash of the Cardinals, we check out the series history between these two teams. UIW leads at 7-4 and has won the last 5.
Yeah, their only loss here at the Nest comes in 2015. The last time Lamar beat Incarnate Word was 2018, with Incarnate Word winning last year 41-20 here in San Antonio. UIW put up 602 yards of total offense, but so far it's been a defensive struggle between these two.
Xavier Coleman picks up 8 yards on the first play from scrimmage in this drive. McCown looking to run as he tries to go back up the middle. He will be denied. Tackle made by UIW's Joe Cadet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a designed run for Ada McCown or he just didn't like his look on the halfback swing, but Incarnate Word continues to be aggressive with their pass rush, getting into the backfield, and first real opportunity for Lamar to convert here on 3rd and short.
It'll be a handoff and close to the line to gain there for Joshua Robinson. They'll call it 4th down, and this is way less than a yard.
Yeah, this feels like go for it territory for Pete Rossamondo. You're 7-1 for a reason, and if you can't pick up half a yard on 4th down, it might be a telling sign that you're going to continue to struggle offensively.
Robinson lined up behind McCown in the pistol, and whistles from UIW sideline will call a timeout. That's their second charge timeout of the half. Yeah, UIW wants to make sure that they have all of their gaps covered on what could be a turnover on downs. And these two teams, now known as the Cardinals, maybe not always known as the Cardinals, as you see the stories of these two football teams. Lamar are a lot longer. UIW came around in 2009, and I think that's a fun fact. I knew UIW was once the Crusaders. Brahmas once for Lamar, and you see the Southland Conference titles, UIW winning most of those in their recent history.
The Beaumont Brahmas, that has a good ring to it for Lamar, but you know, UIW has been kind of you saw those 4 Southland Conference titles, and Coach Rossmondo talked about it during the week. UIW is still the measuring stick within the conference, and if they want to win a conference championship this year, they've got to go through UIW coming into San Antonio and take down the reigning champs.
Center moved the ball too far forward, had to replace it. That's Lamar's first warning.
Robinson tries to lower his shoulder, and it'll depend on the mark, and it looks like he's going to be held up short. This will be a turnover on downs forced by the UIW defense. Dune Smith at the bottom of the pile. Gravedigger might have secured the stop.
What a stop there from the Gravedigger. Just a day after Halloween, and he comes up with a big stop for Incarnate Word to continue to stuff this Lamar offense. Still without a first down conversion on the day, and every inch mattered, and they could not find those inches with Dune Smith, leading tackler for Incarnate Word, coming up with the big stop.
Colson trying to add on to the UIW lead. Play action. Under pressure immediately, able to escape that pressure, decides to tuck it and run, lowers his shoulder, takes a hit, but picks up 8 yards. He'll sacrifice the bruise for that.
And if I'm Coach Killow, I don't know if I want to sacrifice those big hits. Good lick there from number 27, Jaden Moronin.
Jalen Waltall has the first down a little bit more as he stutter steps and has 4 white jerseys collide on him. UIW marching deeper into Lamar territory.
And doing a good job of coming back to the ball and making sure he had the catch. He's been targeted a bunch here early, but just hasn't been able to come down with a catch. Got a little bit more separation against Paul Amodia and picks up the first down for Incarnate Word.
And we a handoff and a run to the right side as Timothy Carter enters the chat with an 8-yard gain on the stretch.
And Timothy Carter was one of those running backs that was questionable, already having Lontrell Turner and Isaiah Robinson out for this game, and it's a good sign to see big 6 foot 215 number 20 in the backfield.
Carter breaks through and will be near the line to gain. They only gave him 5 on that last drive. He must have rolled forward at the end of the run, and here they stop him short at just the first down. Might as well keep feeding the hand.
They kept the third down on.
And now it's a first down as Carter completes what he finished on the first 2 carries.
Now it's first down, so we're all good. And continuing to feed the rock to Timothy Carter. And this is what Incarnate Word likes to do is, yes, they're known for their passing attack, second best in the conference, 14th best in the entire country, but they want to be a balanced attack.
Colson has space on the right side. He'll elect to use it. Makes a couple defenders miss as he ducks forward and picks up about 8 yards on first down.
And again, great coverage in the back end by Lamar, and E.J. Colson really extending to looking to pass, but realizing no one's open, no one's creating separation, so he's going to tuck it down and run and get some sizable yards there on first down.
From the 13, 2nd and 4. Carter remains in the backfield. Colson will give to Carter, who goes up the middle. Wrapped up from behind. Give the tackle to Iloa Solmi.
And you look at what Incarnate Word's done on this drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive. 6 of the 7 play calls have been run plays. So they're really trying to grind it out on the ground.
Milking the clock here. They're going to have to burn their last time out as the play clock was down to 3 on the confusion of what they were going to do on 3rd down. We'll take the break with the players on the field. Incarnate Word looking to add on to their 7-0 lead with 7:39 remaining in the 2nd quarter when we come back. By the UIW defense on the ensuing possession, a 1-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Waltall to give you your current score. In this particular scenario, UIW got a 4th down turnover on downs on the defensive side of the ball, and they've marched all the way down to the 13 out of the Incarnate Word timeout. It's 3rd and 3. They stack the right side. Carter in the backfield. Lowe will move over to the left wing. Carter tries to go up the middle, looking for a little bit of room, is able to spin forward for the 1st down. 1st and goal for UIW.
Continuing to pound the rock, and Timothy Carter, another carry on this drive, just continues to churn his feet, back his way into past the 10-yard line, and 1st and goal for Incarnate Word.
From the 8. Colson relays some signals. UIW out of timeouts. Lamar has 2 left. Lowe lines up on the right side. Keeping it. Colson lobs it towards the end zone, and it'll be Jackson Lowe coming down with the Incarnate Word touchdown.
That was a beautiful sell from E.J. Colson. They had 7 runs on 8 plays, and on the 9th play, they cash in through the air. You see how long he rides Timothy Carter and then just floats it over the top into the breadbasket of Jackson Lowe, his 1st touchdown of this year.
Will Ferris for the point after attempt. Sends that one through the uprights and good. UIW with a 14-0 lead. 6:48 remaining in the first half. Lamar looking for the answer when we come back.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Chris's Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to ride, and life to live. Chris's Health, your life, our purpose.
A San Antonio shop owner was getting calls from hackers trying to drain her bank account. But Frost was on it.
When they couldn't reach her, they drove over to what? To stop the call? What the fraud?
The scammers tried to clean her out.
So Frost handled the scandal.
Yep, and now business is blooming.
Got him.
Got him good.
Accidents happen, but getting back on the road, that's where San Antonio Collision Center comes in. From minor dents to major repairs, our certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to restore your vehicle to like-new condition, fast. We work with all insurance companies, offer free estimates, and treat every car like it's our own, because your peace of mind is our top priority. San Antonio Collision Center, where quality meets care. Schedule your appointment today.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
14-0 lead, UIW over Lamar. I'm Carl Schoening along with Sam Kamen. 6:48 remaining until halftime, and Incarnate Word coming off of a 9-play, 53-yard, 4-minute, 44-second drive that resulted in their second touchdown. Will Ferris sends this one away. Well, Damian McDowell back deep to receive, and he'll elect to return it at the goal line. Down the left hash marks. Will be tripped up by an ankle tackle near the 20. They'll give him the 22-yard line, and that's where the Lamar Cardinals will start this drive.
Yeah, and it's been rough sledding for Lamar here early. Only 8 total yards, 0 first downs. It's been all 3 and outs for the boys from Beaumont, and they continue to kind of find some offense. First 2 drives were Robert Coleman. Last 2 drives were Aiden McCown's. And back to Robert Coleman they go with Pete Rosamondo.
He has Major Bowden in the backfield with him. Bowden will get the handoff and will bounce outside the trenches and roll his way past the 30-yard line. They'll give him that roll and a first down for Lamar.
And that's exactly what they want to do. They want to run the football. They just have not been able to sustain drives or as well as win the line of scrimmage. That was the best play from scrimmage coming from Major Bowden, who's got 114 rushing yards this season.
First and 10 from the 33. Lamar on their own side of the field. Coleman slings it, and in stride it's caught. And getting into UIW's territory is the tight end, Ja'Cory Hyder.
Yeah, just a nice little seam route from Ja'Cory Hyder. 3-step drop from Coleman and right up the seam for a big gain.
Fusilier gets the catch in the flat, and he'll be brought down after picking up a couple yards. Stop made by Declan Williams.
And this was a much needed response for Lamar after giving up a second touchdown to Incarnate Word. It looked like this one could get out of hand if they didn't have a response offensively, and this big chunk play gets them into UIW territory for the first time today.
Ja'Cory Hyder's 6th catch of the season, 1st catch of the day. Coleman will give it off Bowden. Bowden tried to go around left end and was able to duck his head forward to make this 3rd and about 1. Clock keeps moving, 4:50 remaining in the half. Substitutions allowed to be made. Big 3rd and 2 here for Incarnate Word and Lamar.
Still without a 3rd down conversion. They were stopped last time on 3rd and 4th and short.
Bowden gets the handoff. He'll be wrapped up from behind. He might have fell forward for the 1st down. And it'll be 4th down. Caleb Lewis with the wrap up that holds him up from the yard to gain.
Yeah, really a great job there from Lewis attacking Major Bowden. That's a ball that Robert Coleman has got to pull in that read option game, and they're going to settle for a field goal, but they've got one of the best field goal kickers in the entire conference.
Ben Woodard will kick this one, 41-yard attempt. Woodard is 1 for 1 from this range. And this one has the distance and the accuracy, and Lamar's on the board. 3:39 remaining in the 2nd quarter, and Lamar takes the points to get on to a 11-point deficit against UIW. We'll keep it right here. Carl Schoening and Sam Kamen on the call. Happy you guys tuned in for this clash of the Cardinals in San Antonio. And 3:39, plenty of time for UIW's offense to operate, though on their 2 scoring drives. First one went 6 minutes in the 2nd. The last one went 4 minutes, 44 seconds. So they're going to have to be a little bit quicker than they have been previously.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of surprised by that call of 4th and less than a yard, not to necessarily go for it. You're so used to seeing these coaches understand the analytics and understanding, hey, more times than not, you're going to get that conversion. But I guess that last drive of being stopped on 3rd and 4th and short, they just wanted to change the momentum and put some points on the board to see if that can spark their offense as well as their defense.
Jalen Spears finds some gaps. He gets across the 25 to the 30. Flag on the play as he gets it across the Cardinals logo. And he'll be stopped at around the 40-yard line in Lamar territory. But early indications is that this flag was against UIW, and it'll be closer to the Incarnate Word 30 before we start the offensive opportunity for Incarnate Word.
Jalen Spears was able to break through that initial line and had plenty of room to run, and you just see that hold right there. 2 Cardinals taken down, 1 white jersey Cardinal, and that was what freed up Jalen Spears to get past midfield, and so wipe off a really good return.
It's debatable if you could call that, but they called it, so we can't really debate it. Cardinals will elect to go to the ground, UIW that is, on the first play here to give Harlan Dixon a handoff.
It's been a very physical game, but you look at that return when you have two UIW players taking one to the turf. Sometimes the referees, I think that one was a hold, but when you see two guys on one, sometimes you feel bad.
A flag out of pity, I suppose. 2nd and 9. Dixon gets it again, able to weave his way through the trenches and pick up about 5 yards to make this 3rd and manageable as UIW stays on schedule.
Continuing to pound the rock. This time Harlan Dixon getting in on the carries.
Free play, Colson. slings it over to the right side. His dart will hit Jalen Waltall for the first down.
Pass complete, number 6, Jalen Waltall. Penalty markers on the field.
I would assume this will be declined, so Walt can get the yards that would be equal to the penalty, roughly.
Offside, number 4, defense, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
It also stops the clock, so maybe they take the penalty instead. But again, another dummy count for UIW that causes Lamar to jump off sides.
And I think Clint Killow is talking to the officials about whether or not he wanted to actually accept or decline that, as that could be the holdup here.
2-minute timeout.
And now it's the 2-minute timeout, so UIW had no interest in running a play. 14-3 at the 2-minute timeout, Incarnate Word with the lead over Lamar. Timeout complete here at Gale and Tom Benson Stadium. UIW can add on to their 14-3 lead in the final 2 minutes of the first half. They break out of an ancient thing called a huddle to set up for this 1st and 10 from their own 37. Colson sends Lorick in motion. Play action with Spears as he slings it over to the right side. Jalen Waltall has room to run. Head of steam, picks up the first down.
Just a quick wide receiver screen, setting up Jalen Waltall. Nice sidearm throw there from E.J. Colson to get them going as they're going to go hurry up the rest of the way.
Beg your pardon, they only called that a gain of 8. Another quick throw over to the right side, and this time it's completed for the first down for Waltall as he tries to escape an ankle tackle to midfield.
I mean, he's getting close to his targets that he had last week, 10 receptions. He's got just about 10 targets here in the first half. A lot of quick, short hitters, but they continue to try and ride their best wide receiver away to what would be a big victory, snapping a 3-game losing streak.
Colson sees the blitz coming, will hand it off, and that'll be a bounce outside for Spears, and Spears picks up 5 yards as he's able to get through the pressure.
Continuing to run the ball. They've had some success trying to break one
Colson airs it out down the left sideline, has Josh Lork in stride for the touchdown. 45 yards. E.J. Colson finds Josh Lork to add on to the UIW lead.
And that's why you run the ball if you're Incarnate Word. Continuing to bring the safeties down. Corner bites on an out and up, and Josh Lork, have yourself a first half. Third catch in this game, and Lork finds the end zone for the third time this season.
Will Ferris, point after attempt. Sends that one easily through the uprights and good. And Incarnate Word has a 21-3 advantage with 38 ticks of the clock left in the first half here at Benson Stadium. Let's take another look at that scoring drive touchdown. Colson all day in the pocket.
Yeah, clean pocket, and Josh Lork able to beat DeMarcus Rankin on the outside. And Incarnate Word has absolutely dominated this first half against Lamar. Starting to look like the team that we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year when they were ranked number 5 in the preseason poll.
Yeah, Kuntkillo knows that they're playing for pride, essentially. There's not a chance to win the Southland or get into the FCS playoffs, but they can still show that they're the Incarnate Word Cardinals.
And they can play spoiler to Lamar and Southeastern, who they both have here at Benson Stadium. It's a tough place to play, and you're seeing why it's a tough place to play when the offense and defense is clicking on all cylinders like it has in this first 30 minutes.
Well, Damian McDowell denied there on the tackle by Darius Carmouche, and it'll be the 16-yard line and 33 seconds work cut out for Lamar to try and score before the half. If they elect to do so, they'll do it with Robert Coleman behind center. Coleman, easy handoff here, as it'll be Xavier Coleman who will take a few yards forward, and that could be the final play of the first half. Lamar seems interested in at least running one more play. Coleman completes it over to the right side as Isaiah Jones, who we was told was out, makes the catch. So Jones will get a little bit closer to the first down, and that will probably be the final play of the first half, and indeed it is. So 30 minutes in the books here at Benson Stadium. UIW has a commanding 21-3 lead in the Clash of the Cardinals. Stick around, halftime here on ESPN+. We'll go over everything happening in the Southland Conference and this UIW and Lamar game. 21-3 lead as the Bird is the Word, Incarnate Word over Lamar. It's been a fun one as UIW struck first on 3 touchdowns, all coming in, or excuse me, 2 coming in the second quarter, 1 coming in the first, as UIW scored on their opening drive and then were able to add 2 more on their last 2 drives. Only a field goal put up by Lamar in that first half. Stick around. We're going to look around the Southland Conference and check out some highlights and stats here during halftime on ESPN+. Antonio, I'm Carl Schoening, and Sam Kamen, as always, by my side. 21-3, UIW leads Lamar, and it's been quite the year for the Southland Conference. One of those news and notes being that UIW has not quite had the season they've expected, but we check out the standings to take a look at some of the stories as a precursor. 3 undefeated teams in conference at 4-0. Lamar ranked the highest at 14, Southeastern Louisiana right on their heels at 16, and SFA at 23, Sam.
Yeah, that's been probably a little bit more of a deeper conference than in years past, with 3 ranked teams, 3 of which are all still undefeated in conference. But, you know, Lamar still has a lot of work to do against Incarnate Word. reigning champs for a reason. Southeastern Louisiana has to come to San Antonio, so there's still work to be done trying to figure out who's going to have the AQ to the FCS playoffs.
Let's take a look around the Southland Conference. Currently 3 games yet to kick off as HCU has a 7-0 lead over, Nichols has a 7-0 lead over HCU, and the other games you see Northwestern and McNeese, East Texas A&M and Southeastern Louisiana, UTRGV and SFA all slated to go off at 6 o'clock this evening.
Yeah, the UTRGV game and Stephen F. Austin should be a great one because UTRGV, no one really expected a lot from them, but 2-2 in conference play. They've really done a great job of, being a team that's just having its first year of college football. No one expected anything from them, and they look like one of those teams that they've got a lot of support. They've got one heck of a facility and a fan base that really is behind them, and a reason why they had a big showing last week with a thumping over UIW.
You see some of the news and notes. We talked about those ranked Southland Conference teams, Lamar, SLU, SFA, all trying to see if they can win the conference, obviously, but I think the big thing there is SFA has defeated UIW. UIW could potentially beat Lamar and SLU, so a lot of scoreboard watching happening on the Lumberjack side of things.
Yeah, and for Incarnate Word, they can play spoiler to those teams that are trying to make it a multi-bid Southland Conference, something that they haven't had as much in years past, but the last couple of years they've been able to sneak 2 or 3 in, and it's a big year if Lamar and Southeastern Louisiana can finish out the season like they want to.
Incarnate Word certainly trying to play spoiler to the multi-bid conference plans for those 2 teams that they have to face. Currently one of them being Lamar. 30 minutes left to play between Incarnate Word and Lamar. 21-3 the score. When we come back, we'll check out how things happen in the first half between these 2 teams. on display here at Benson Stadium as UIW has put on a show in front of the homecoming crowd. 21-3 over Lamar. I'm Carl Schoening along with Sam Kamen. Sam, let's check out how we got to this score in the first half.
And it started with the homecoming king, Jalen Waltall, the first touchdown of the game on 4th and short, a jet sweep touchdown to go up 7-0, and then it was 2 more passing touchdowns from E.J. Colson, that one to Jackson Lowe, and right before the half, finding Josh Lorick for a 3-touchdown half, 14 for 18, 124 yards. The defense has been spectacular as well, only holding Lamar to just a field goal, and Coach Killo's got to be absolutely excited and pumped up after a gut punch in Edinburgh. They've come out fighting, their backs against the wall, and 30 minutes away from erasing that 3-game losing skid.
You see the halftime stats, and it's all Incarnate Word across the board.
Yeah, 124 passing yards, 44 rushing yards. I mean, they've not allowed Lamar a first down until that final drive where they were able to push a field goal across. They're 0 for 5 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th down, whereas Incarnate Word's 50% on 3rd down, 100% on 4th down, a reason why they are almost doubling Lamar in time of possession.
UIW's offense has 0 3-and-outs, while Lamar's offense has 3 3-and-outs. Another side of this statistical story that we don't get to see on that slate. But it'll be a fun second half as UIW looks to continue their domination. Lamar will have to send the kickoff away when we come back, the start of the 3rd quarter on ESPN+. San Antonio Incarnate Word with the 21-3 lead over Lamar. And to add on to the opportunity for UIW, they'll receive the opening kickoff here as Lamar deferred to, or excuse me, UIW deferred to the second half. And they'll get this kickoff here. Carl Schoening along with Sam Kamen. Happy y'all tuned in. Homecoming game here for UIW, and the San Antonio Cardinals have certainly made this a good game for their returning fans.
Great start for Coach Killo. Got 30 minutes to capitalize and finish the deal.
Ben Woodard sends this one short, and it takes a great Lamar bounce, and it looks like they might be able to come up with it near the 5. It's a scrum for the ball. It's going to be who comes out of the bottom of the pile with it. And it will be UIW pinned inside their 5, and they're fortunate that that's all it is.
Yeah, they go a little pooch kick, and it just eats up Harlan Dixon. And man, I'm not sure exactly why number 13, I think that was Jaden Boyd of Lamar, he kind of like scooped it up like he was going to score. You can't score off a kickoff. Just get down on the ball and set yourself and your offense up inside the 5. Instead, UIW somehow gets on top of the ball and avoids disaster.
UIW playing it conservatively, going to the ground with Jalen Spears. They'll actually lose about a yard. Yeah, I think Jaden Boyd's eyes got really big and his head didn't think too much more except for pay dirt, and cost the team possession. Although definitely job was done there by Ben Woodard to successfully throw off Incarnate Word's return opportunity. No gain officially on that Spears give. Samaha goes in motion. Colson just barely escapes the end zone, felt the pocket collapsing, and gets to the 1.5 yard line, and third down and long here.
And again, nothing open down the field, and quickly understanding, hey, I'm in the end zone. I got to get out of here to make sure I don't give up a safety. And again, third and long. See what Lamar wants to do here, if they want to send the house or play coverage.
Play action. Colson slings it over the left side. Josh Lorick able to pick up some yards as he fights for that yard to gain. He'll be short of it, but certainly better opportunity for UIW on fourth down than having their punter Ryan Schamberger in the end zone when he does the kick.
That was a great cut from Josh Lorick. Kind of took two steps to the inside, put his foot in the ground, cut outside, and was just a yard or two short of picking up that first down.
Kendon Fusilier back to receive the Schamberger punt, where he's at least going to be in the end zone when he receives the long snap. And punts it away with his feet on the goal line. Fair catch called before by Fusilier, who allows it to angle out of bounds near midfield. And the 50 seems to be the roundup mark that Lamar will start this drive at. Not quite plus territory, but they'll take it.
But it's their best starting field position of this game.
Flip a coin and see which quarterback's going to come out, either Robert Coleman or Aiden McCown. Both split snaps in the first half, and it looks like it'll be Robert Coleman lining up as a receiver on the left side. They're going to go to the Wildcat here with Joshua Robinson behind center. First and 10 from midfield. Excuse me, it'll be Major Bowden lining up behind center, and he's going to get the direct snap, lower his shoulder, and pick up a few yards up the gut.
They're not getting away from wanting to establish the run. They have faith that at some point they're going to be able to bust one open. But it's going against a rushing defense that's third in the conference, 13th best in the entire country, only giving up less than 115 rush yards per game.
Coleman slings it out to the right side. Fusilier was not going to get past Dune Smith, who brings him down for a little bit of a loss.
Yeah, Dune Smith coming off a game where he had double-digit tackles on the road versus UTRGV. It makes a great open field tackle, and again facing third down, trying to get their first conversion of the game.
Change of the play coming from the sidelines. Big 3rd and 6 on the Incarnate Word 46. Coleman will drop back under pressure and just goes through the hands of his intended target, Xavier Coleman. Incomplete, and a 3rd down stop made by UIW.
Trying to set up the screen was Coleman, and it unfortunately went through the hands of his running back, Xavier Coleman. But again, Robert Coleman being pressured from a great pass rush from Incarnate Word, and after their best field position, they can't do anything with it, going 3 and out.
4th 3 and out of the ball game for Lamar's offense. Stallings will send this one away on a punt. Tyler Morton says it's going to bounce in front of him, and it'll take a UIW bounce and then slowly roll for a Lamar roll to around the 12. And that's where Incarnate Word will take over the offense when we come back. 11-11 remaining in the 3rd quarter. UIW going to make a wish that this is a more successful drive than their last one. 21-3, Incarnate Word lead.
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Welcome to Casati Pines at Coshada, nestled in the natural wetlands of southwest Louisiana on 65 acres of looking glass lakes, surrounded by stately pines and live oaks. It's an experience unlike any other. A challenging 18-hole par 72 championship course, 6 sets of tees, and a unique 19th tiebreaker hole. Ranked the 18th best golf course in the USA by Golf Advisor. Casati Pines at Coshada in Kinder, Louisiana. Louisiana's best bet.
Hey, what's up, roomie? I got us some Jersey Mike subs.
Danny DeVito? Are you my freshman roommate?
And that doesn't matter. This is a Jersey Mike's commercial where the subs matter most. I mean, look how big that is. We can eat that for lunch and for dinner. Hey, we eat that. Hey, who let the rents in? You want a Jersey Mike's?
Introduce us to your new roommate.
Mom, it's Danny DeVito.
That's mine. Don't touch it. Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Credit Union One free checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Incarnate Word starting at their own 17-yard line, 11-11 remaining in the 3rd quarter. E.J. Colson trying to lead his team to their first score in the 2nd half. Timothy Carter bounces it around the left end. He's undercut as he tried to work it through as the tackle was made by Christian Pugh.
Yeah, they're continuing to pound the rock. His Incarnate Word, nice tackle from his strong safety position was Christian Pugh. Over 50 tackles for the season.
Colson immediately under pressure, able to escape the pocket and slide to save some face as he picked up a few yards. I think Clint Killo wanted a potential flag on the hit on the slide. Not going to get it.
Just looked like Pugh missed him, but doing a much better job was E.J. Colson maneuvering through the pocket and then giving himself up, trying to avoid those extra hits. late in the season, those don't feel so good, but able to pick up some yards to make it a little bit more manageable on 3rd down.
Carter gets the handoff, will lower his shoulder and be short of the line to gain by about 1.5 yards. Was able to work his way through the trenches, but will bring up 4th and 1, and punting unit comes out for UIW.
A little surprised by that play call to run it. Call it 4th and 6, and they must have liked something in that look where they thought they could bust one open, but able to hold firm is Lamar. So back-to-back 3-and-outs for their defense coming out of the break.
First 2 3-and-outs for UIW's offense all game. Fusilier will call for the fair catch at the 39-yard line, and Lamar, needing to cut into this Incarnate Word lead, will have better than average starting field position. Lamar only able to score off of a field goal back at the 6:43 mark in the 2nd quarter. Since then, UIW has been able to add on a couple more touchdowns, and now Lamar trots back out there. Robert Coleman stays in as the quarterback.
And if it weren't for the 34-yard reception by Ja'Cory Hyder, they might not have any points on the board.
Xavier Coleman maybe got a step past the line of scrimmage before being brought down on the play.
I mean, their longest passing play was that seam route from Hyder on the ground. It's only been a 11-yard run from Major Bowden. That was the first play of that field goal drive, followed by the Hyder reception. Outside of those 2 chunk plays, it's been rough sledding for Lamar.
Bowden in the backfield with Coleman. Cardinals will send the house. Coleman quickly has to get rid of it. Completes it to Fusilier, who's brought down by Kendrick Stone after making the catch.
Yeah, the internal clock for Robert Coleman continues to get sped up, able to find his go-to target in Fusilier, but being draped and unable to get some yards after the catch was Kaiden, but another 3rd down. This one very doable. Only 3 yards to move those chains, but they have not done it today.
Play clock down to 5. Coleman able to get the snap off. Play action. He'll roll out to the left. Declan Williams will wrap him up short of the yard to gain. He stays on his feet as he escapes the tackle, but the rest of the Cardinals defense stays in the play and stops him from getting the first.
Declan Williams first to him. Little RPO action, runs him down, but doing a great job of keeping his body up off the turf, and they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Keeping it here is Coleman, and he is tripped up. Declan Williams finishes what he started and keeps him from getting the first down.
Wow. It looked like Robert Coleman had all sorts of real estate to run, and instead Declan Williams gets a shoestring tackle and continues to stop Lamar short of converting 3rd downs and 4th downs. What a tackle.
Declan Williams tackle for the 4th down turnover on downs is under review at the moment, but from our vantage point, which is pretty much right on the line, it didn't look like he got there. They're just making sure that there's not one more opportunity for Lamar to continue this drive, and at the moment, it looks like E.J. Colson is going to come out on the field with his offense.
Yeah, just like any fumble or interception, turnover on downs are also reviewable, and so Gary Leeper making sure that spot is short of the 49. That's what they needed to get to.
One more look at it. And yeah, Declan Williams kept him short of that 49. But it is as close as it gets. And for the second time, I'm actually very thankful for this. They don't bring out the chains on something very close. I find bringing the chains out onto the field is one of the most inaccurate things in all of football.
When are we going to have the technology to just understand when the ball has gone 10 yards? I mean, best angle would be a down the line look, but we don't have the pylon cams or first down cams that the higher ups do.
Yeah. Once it becomes a billion-dollar industry at the college level, might be able to feed some of that technology down.
Soon enough, though, right?
Oh, it will be. Michael Davis, our replay official, taking a long look at this one.
It's a huge call for Lamar because give UIW possession in plus territory.
Gary Leeper confirms what we knew up here in the press box, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Incarnate Word, as you mentioned, starts in plus territory just barely at the Lamar 49-yard line. 7:15 remaining in the third quarter. Incarnate Word's best field position of this third quarter. Colson in motion over Lork. And hand it off, and Jalen Spears was hit in the backfield, had nowhere to go. And tackle made by the man up front, Jacob Faree.
Attacking is Lamar, having to understand they need tackle for loss. They need stops to give their offense a chance to muster up something.
So Incarnate Word, loss of 2, backed up into their own territory. Play action, Colson. He has plenty of space up the middle. He'll get those yards back and more as he gets the first down and rolls to the 35-yard line. E.J. Colson doing it with his legs.
That's what makes him so dangerous. Moving up through the pocket and then making a defender miss in space. Huge run. Those scramble plays, so hard to defend, and E.J. Colson continuing to excel the more he gets reps behind center.
Waltall will go in motion and join Colson in the backfield. Colson will look to throw, airs it out, looking for Josh Lork in the end zone, and just a stride away from the touchdown.
Lork had a step on Paul Omodia. Clean pocket, just overthrew Josh Lork, leading him more vertically than horizontally. Had plenty of space left of Josh Lork, but good shot play there on first down.
Keeping it here is Colson, makes one defender miss as he works it over to the right side, takes a hit as he picks up yards with his feet.
And those designed runs on the read option are hits that he's willing to take. Just another guy that he leaves in the dust. Lamar had a man right there for the taking to make a stop in the backfield, but just too elusive and able to pick up a good size on second down.
Colson hit as he throws, able to complete it over the right side. Josh Lork not at the line to gain, but does make this fourth down conversion attempt a bit more manageable.
That's something that Josh Lork doesn't usually do. Usually he's a very high IQ player that knows where he is on the field. Throw kind of led him out of bounds. But those are type of plays where you know you got to get to the sticks to where when you're falling out of bounds, it's a first down, not fourth down.
About 1.5 yards, despite the scoreboard saying 4th and 3. Colson will pick up that 1.5 yards on his own with his leg, spins away from a would-be tackler, and gets into the red zone for UIW.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. E.J. Colson continuing to pull it on the zone read, and too much speed, too much elusiveness to get brought down to the ground. And he continues to move the chains.
We'll step aside for an injury timeout on the field here at Benson Stadium. 4:17 remaining in the third quarter. 21-3 Incarnate Word lead. Lead for Incarnate Word over Lamar, and they're marching down the field. 1st and 10 from the 16 thanks to E.J. Colson's leg. They're in this position. Quick pass, hit as he throws, looking for the end zone, just misses Austin Samaha, who had to turn around and locate the ball. Otherwise, fraction of a second difference, he would have had 6.
E.J. Colson had a lot of pressure in his face from Peyton Christian. Another look here. Hit as he throws, but had Samaha, if he was able to throw an accurate ball.
Samaha with 1 touchdown as a fullback, listed as a tight end on the roster. Spears working over to the right side. Stutter steps and will get to the 15. Might mark him down out of bounds at the 15 there, as will be the case.
The ground game has been delightful for Incarnate Word, approaching over 100 yards for the game. They haven't come in huge bunches, but they continue to wear down this Lamar defense and continue to take time off the clock, as it is their best friend right now, up by 18.
Easily 4-down territory for UIW, depending on how this play results. And it looks like the first time out of the second half will be taken by Clint Killo and Incarnate Word. 3:26 remaining in the third. We'll keep it here. UIW sensing that maybe they could decide to break this first down up into chunks of 2 plays instead of going for it all here on 3rd and 9. Let's take a look at how we got to this play, as Declan Williams forces the turnover on downs with this great tackle to start off the drive. UIW gets the ball at the 49-yard line in Lamar territory, and then E.J. Colson just takes over with his legs.
Yeah, this one just a scramble play before the next few runs being more designed. Quarterback runs on some read options. His legs just continue to be something that defenses have to account for, and it's so difficult to do so with a dual threat quarterback like Colson. 11 carries for 28 yards. Had negative rushing yards at the beginning of this second half, so doing some work with those feet.
Colson not going to be able to use his feet here as the pocket collapses on him, and he's brought down for a loss. Jackson Bandy, the man who will be resulted with the tackle, and now the field goal unit will be forced to come out.
And Lamar doing a good job of sensing, hey, we need to go cover zero, bring the house. And they finally get to Colson. As you said, Carl, that pocket collapsed and will force UIW to settle for 3.
This will be a 39-yard attempt. Will Ferris. Has the distance and the accuracy. That'll be 3 more points on to UIW's lead. 21-point advantage for the home team. 2:37 remaining in the third quarter. And Incarnate Word scores first in the second half.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Chris's Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to ride, and life to live. Chris's Health, your life, our purpose.
A San Antonio shop owner was getting calls from hackers trying to drain her bank account. But Frost was on it. When they couldn't reach her, they drove over to what? To stop the call?
What the fraud?
The scammers tried to clean her out.
So Frost handled the scandal.
Yep, and now business is blooming.
Got him.
Got him good.
Accidents happen, but getting back on the road, that's where San Antonio Collision Center comes in. From minor dents to major repairs, our certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to restore your vehicle to like-new condition, fast. We work with all insurance companies, offer free estimates, and treat every car like it's our own, because your peace of mind is our top priority. San Antonio Collision Center, where quality meets care. Schedule your appointment today.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
2:37 remaining in the third quarter. Incarnate Word coming off of a field goal to add on to their lead, 24-3 over Lamar. I'm Carl Schoening along with Sam Kamen. Happy y'all tuned into the Southland Conference matchup on ESPN Plus, live from San Antonio at Gale and Tom Benson Stadium. Will Ferris, after knocking through the 39-yard field goal, will send this one back. LaDamian McDowell back deep to receive with Xavier Coleman. Neither one of them are going to get a chance to touch that one, as a touchback will start this Lamar drive at the 25-yard line.
They've got to find something offensively, especially through the air. Only 52 yards passing for Robert Coleman. They can't rely on the run really at this point. Down 3 scores and approaching the end of the third quarter, they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field.
Coleman trying to change the script. Drops back. Rolls out to the right, under pressure, decides to tuck it and run, and he'll be able to drag a couple defenders with him as he picks up about 6 yards. And Michael Please Jr. gets credit with the tackle, but not before this big gain.
Yeah, again, nothing really open down the field, and Robert Coleman showing a little bit of the legs that he has, trying to get some yards, fighting for every single yard as he picks up 7 with his legs.
Joshua Robinson in the backfield with Coleman. 2nd and 3. Robinson gets the handoff, and he's able to work around right in to pick up the first down. Moves the chains to the 36.
They just have to stay on schedule here and find some explosive plays in between. Cannot get behind the chains or have negative plays.
Bowden in the backfield with Robert Coleman. Play action. Pass over to the left side. Fusilier makes the catch, gets across the 45 to midfield into UIW territory.
Little blown coverage there from Incarnate Word on this RPO. Fusilier had no one near him and takes that hitch route, gets upfield for a big chunk.
Coleman will be brought down for a sack from behind. Declan Williams comes up with a big tackle to get it back onto the UIW side, the Lamar side of the field.
And just too much pressure again coming for the Cardinals from San Antonio. UIW pinning their ears back and going straight after Robert Coleman, almost daring him to take the top off of this defense.
15 seconds left, but the play clock has 7. Coleman has to throw. Gets it over to the right side. It's completed catch as caught by the receiver for Lamar, Britton Simmons, but that'll be the final play as 3rd and long coming up for Lamar when we come back to start the final 15. 24-3, UIW with the lead. Gale and Tom Benson Stadium, and a big 3rd and 9 is where we start off the 4th quarter for the Lamar Cardinals. Coleman keeps it. Wants to go around the left end, finds a gap and slides. He's hit as he slid. I don't see a flag out yet, but that's certainly a hit that he took, and he's slow to get up from.
Yeah, I believe he started his slide a little bit late as he was getting tackled, and so I've seen a couple slides from both E.J. Colson and Robert Coleman. That one did look a little bit later than his slide. Not as bang, but definitely something they're gonna be talking to the officials to make sure if their quarterback's gonna be sliding, they want those extra. They want that extra penalty flag thrown.
UIW will use a timeout before this 4th down. We'll take the break with the players on the field. Big 4th down when we return for Lamar.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Chris's Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to ride, and life to live. Chris's Health, your life, our purpose.
A San Antonio shop owner was getting calls from hackers trying to drain her bank account. But Frost was on it. When they couldn't reach her, they drove over to what? To stop the call? What the fraud?
The scammers tried to clean her out.
So Frost handled the scandal.
Yep, and now business is blooming.
Got him.
Got him good.
Accidents happen, but getting back on the road, that's where San Antonio Collision Center comes in. From minor dents to major repairs, our certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to restore your vehicle to like-new condition, fast. We work with all insurance companies, offer free estimates, and treat every car like it's our own, because your peace of mind is our top priority. San Antonio Collision Center, where quality meets care. Schedule your appointment today.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Out of the Incarnate Word timeout, Lamar trying to pick up a big 4th and 4 from the UIW 43-yard line. Might be a free play. Let's see, as this one will be aired out down the left sideline. Caught, and a big gain on the left side as pulled in by Isaiah Jones. He gets the Cardinals into the red zone.
An excellent back shoulder throw there from Robert Coleman. There ended up being no flag on the play, so it was a must complete and just perfectly executed. Ball came out after Jones was down.
Fusilier makes the catch and almost rolls into the end zone. He'll be marked shy at the 2. Back-to-back spectacular passes keeping Lamar in the ball game.
Yeah, after that back shoulder throw, get it to your playmaker and Fusilier, and it almost splits the backside of his screen blocker and it almost ends up in the end zone. Instead, it's 2nd and goal.
Joshua Robinson behind Coleman in the pistol will get the handoff, lower his shoulder, and I thought he got into the end zone waiting for the signal. They will mark him short. Inside the 1.
I'm with you. I thought he landed across the plane. We'll take a look. I guess they just thought his knee was down first, being marked inside the 1.
3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try it again out of the pistol. To give to Robinson. This time he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Lamar. I didn't jump the gun this time, I'm sure of it. The officials have yet to signal. The point after attempt is on the field waiting for the official call.
The far side official did signal, but we didn't get both line judges to signal touchdown, but it indeed is a touchdown for Lamar, and they cut into that 3-possession lead, a must touchdown drive, and Joshua Robinson punches it in, gets pay dirt for his 4th time this season.
Ben Woodard looking to go 25 of 25 on the season for point after attempts. He will get this one off through the uprights and good. So now 25 for 25 on the season, Ben Woodard. And the first touchdown of the afternoon for Lamar. 24-10, UIW trying to extend their lead when we return. Lamar finally finds pay dirt here in the 4th quarter. A drive that took 10 plays, 27 yards for 4 minutes, 38 seconds. Or beg your pardon, 10 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. And now Woodard will send another short kick. This time will be handled by one of the upmen for Incarnate Word. Much better than the last kickoff, which pinned UIW inside the 5. This time they'll start around the 25. They get the 26.
And again, time is UIW's friend right here. Continued to pound the rock on the ground, win the line of scrimmage. It's been tough sledding against one of the best defensive lines in the entire conference, only averaging 2.5 yards per carry thus far, but just no turnovers is all Coach Killo's looking for.
Jalen Waltall gets it on the end around, and then he's met there by DeKelvion Beeman. Tackle for loss, back to the 24, maybe the 23.
Trying to go with that jet sweep that was successful in scoring a touchdown. Lamar sniffs it out, read the keys well, and big tackle for loss on first down.
2nd and 13 from the 23. Samaha goes in motion to the left side. Timothy Carter goes around that left end, stiff arms the defender and spins forward to the 30. Flag on the play, looks to be against Lamar. We'll see.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a face mask. Just Timothy Carter's head got turned all the way back to his sideline.
Number 15, defense. 15-yard penalty.
Lamar sideline begging for a hold. Instead, it's going to be a face mask that goes against them, and that'll add on 15 more yards. Automatic first down for UIW as they're now at the 39-yard line on their own side of the field.
Yeah, Pete Rosamondo is yet to get a holding call for his defense. Has felt like there have been plenty of holds on the UIW offensive line. Just has not seen a yellow hanky go in his favor.
Colson able to escape the pressure, fires a dart. It's completed to Mitchell, and Mitchell will spin forward for the first down. And that's why you have a quarterback that can extend plays, make something out of nothing.
Yeah, great extension of the run game is when you can get outside the pocket, find a little check down in Zach Mitchell, and Zach Mitchell showing some elusive playmaking ability as well as he gets to midfield.
The huddle is not quite archaic yet here, as from the 50-yard line, UIW breaks out of it. 6 seconds on the play clock. Colson gives to Timothy Carter. Carter gets back to the line of scrimmage, is able to lower his shoulder to the 45, gain of 5 on first down. And Carter adds a different element there for UIW in the backfield.
He's their power back compared to Jalon Spears, who can do a little bit more receiving in the backfield. But with Lontrell Turner out, with Isaiah Robinson out, Timothy Carter tasked with being the goal line, the power back in those must-run situations. He's been their go-to guy to get those nitty-gritty yards, and he's done a great job today. 8 carries for 25 yards.
Carter cuts outside, gets the first down as he lowers his head to the 40. And flags come in after the play for some extracurricular activity between the two teams. Teams are separated. This could be offsetting. Officials were quick to get involved. You see Clint Kill eavesdropping and trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's been a very physical game. Tempers have flared a couple times, but the referees have done a good job of letting the boys play and not having to throw too many flags, but it seemed like this one was much needed.
Play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 20, offense, 15-yard from the spot of the foul, into the correct, first and 10.
Goes against Carter, and I would guess that we don't have the best angles for that. This will probably be it.
There's a beautiful jump cut there from Timothy Carter, and I guess just, I don't know if it was the flop or maybe laying down on one of the other guys, but honestly, I complimented the officials for making sure they kept it clean and fair and letting the players decide that one. I don't necessarily like that penalty call.
And I think this might be a false start, as it will be indeed, backing up UIW 5 yards and putting them behind the chains. So a promising drive, now an uphill climb for Incarnate Word.
They had a similar drive like this in the first half where they had a 15-yard penalty for illegal hands to the face, and then a intentional grounding take them within field goal range to punting from their own 25.
Play action, throw over to the left side, caught by Josh Lorick, and he'll at least get some of that penalty yardage from the false start back. A couple more yards closer to midfield on top of it.
He's had one of his best games of the season. That's his 6th catch, over 75 yards and that touchdown.
Colson slings it to the left side. A little bit of miscommunication as Lorick was the intended target, didn't quite come up with the catch.
Yeah, it looked like it was a hitch initially, and then Lorick wanted to take it up the field once again, and just a miscommunication between he and Colson, and now it's a money down for both sides. UIW on third down today, 5 for 14.
Jackson Lowe motions over to the right side. Colson brought down from behind. Sack from Lamar made by the defensive end, Andrew Huff.
Yeah, just doing a good job on the end, beating Chantrell Key on that blind side, and a huge sack to get the defense off the field and give their offense a chance to make this a one-score game.
Kendon Fusilier back to receive this Ryan Schamberger punt. Schamberger with a booming kick. Fair catch called for by Fusilier. He'll take that one at his gut at the 20. We'll step aside. 24-10, UIW with the lead. Lamar trying to make things interesting. 8:10 remaining in the fourth quarter in a must-score drive. Remaining in the final frame, UIW the 24-10 lead. Robert Coleman and the Lamar Cardinals have their work cut out for them. 1st and 10. Pump fakes through a few progressions and decides to try and escape to the left side and will not get away from the pressure of UIW. Dune Smith was in there as the Gravedigger wants to take credit for that tackle.
Yeah, tried to go with a pump and go. The secondary doesn't bite, and again, pocket collapse on a long developing pass when the first initial option isn't there. And Dune Smith having himself a day.
John Mathis also involved on the tackle for loss. 2nd and 12. Coleman slings it over to the right side, bobbled and incomplete. That one was intended for the tight end, Sean Grayson.
And just like that, back-to-back negative plays and no gains for Lamar puts themselves behind the chains. 1 for 9 on third downs here this evening.
UIW defense trying to force their 5th 3-and-out on the ball game. Coleman Just has to throw it at the ground. Wow. Great pressure coming from UIW as Talib Salahuddin led the pack.
And you could see the UIW sideline screaming screen. You had 3 defenders right there at the guy who was trying to catch that screen pass, and just great job in the film room, recognizing formation, recognizing what Lamar might want to do there on 3rd and long, and they're forced to punt here.
Tyler Morton back deep to receive this punt. Allows it to bounce in front of him. He'll play it off that bounce and look to switch the pitch. And he's brought down from behind. Flag comes flying in on the play. Credited with the tackle right now is Nicholas Brown.
That's going to go back another 15 yards for an illegal crackback block.
Gary Leeper getting such information relayed to him now before he relays it to us.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 18, return team, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Jackson Lowe hit with the illegal block, and that'll make this a further uphill climb for UIW, backwards 15 yards. Beg your pardon, that's Darius Carmouche who will be whistled for that. The other 18.
Yeah, that one's interesting because Carmouche actually got him from his front side, although the entire play was switching fields. He got his head around, so that might have been a tough call for Carmouche.
Spears not able to go anywhere as he is brought down on the play in the backfield. Tackle made by C.J. Miller.
This is a must stop. A 3 and out is almost crucial for Lamar to have enough time to get 2 more possessions offensively.
Incarnate Word certainly milking the clock a little bit here as time is on their side. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. E.J. Colson completes it to Josh Lorick, and that'll get it out to the 20. Still about 7 yards away from the yard to gain. It looks like a timeout to save some of that clock will be called. This might actually be a timeout for Incarnate Word. Oh, it is Lamar's timeout.
So it looks like Pete Rosmondo's playing for this first stop.
So let's check out Lamar's remaining schedule as they continue to play for a Southland Conference title. If they somehow pull out the victory, Southeastern Louisiana could essentially be a de facto championship game. If they pull out that victory, then they have to de facto championship game against SFA, and that is a very tough schedule. Wrap up with McNeese.
It's exactly right, Carl. It just so happens that the 3 toughest games are going to be this game and the 2 next ones between the Lions and Lumberjacks. But honestly, every game down the stretch has to be treated as a championship caliber game.
Josh Lorick makes the jumping catch, and he will be short of the yard to gain, and the punting unit comes out. So the Rosimondo timeout for Lamar comes into effect. They'll have a little under 6 minutes to try and cut into the UIW lead.
And you had to think about that of, yes, they have 1 timeout remaining, but you still have the 2-minute timeout, so you technically have 2 timeouts in your back pocket. So might as well spend 1 there, not eat up so much time.
Ryan Schamberger will punt this one away. Kendon Fusilier back deep to receive. Schamberger with 1 step sends it high and short. Fusilier has to let it bounce, and it bounces off of a teammate. That'll be a live ball that Fusilier has to pick up, and he's able to do so at the 30, and he's brought down to the 31. dangerous play.
Yeah, he's trying to yell fire, 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 and instead it bounces right off of his teammate. 2 13s on their roster. I think that one was Jaden Boyd, wide receiver. The other 13 is Nicholas Brown, a defensive back, so it could have been either one of those, but nonetheless, great job by Fusilier to make sure he got on top of it and didn't lose too many yards, as they got to go the full distance of the field, needing 2 touchdowns.
Or worst case scenario, Incarnate Word hopped on top of it. Robert Coleman throws it across the middle. It is complete. Once again there to Hyder. Hyder gets his second catch of the game and picks up a big chunk of yards towards midfield.
And he's been their biggest threat, pushing the ball down the field, especially across the middle. Little dig route there, and Ja'Cory Hyder, need to get him the ball a little bit more.
Coleman extends the play by rolling to the right. Points downfield, and he elects to just run out of bounds, save some face, and picks up 3 yards in the process.
Great coverage downfield, and also a good job of putting their foot in the ground and making sure that they didn't lose a Lamar receiver trying to redirect after Coleman escaped the pocket and scrambled.
Play clock down to 13. Must-score drive for Lamar. Coleman drops back. Escapes the pocket to the right, hit as he throws to nobody in particular, as he just had to get rid of it. And 3rd down coming up. And obviously this is 4-down territory.
4-down territory, but also it feels like Lamar is going to need to score before that 2-minute timeout. If not, they need to hang on to their final timeout, and again, just nowhere to go and doing the smart thing, just throw it away, live to fight another play, and stop that clock.
The incompletion stops the clock at 4:16. 3rd and 7, ball at midfield. Coleman has this pass deflected in the air. He catches it himself, gets a few yards forward. Those will be receiving yards for Coleman as he gets into UIW territory. Jeremiah Young almost blew that play up. Turns out to be a positive for Lamar.
Had the stats a little bit, but it was so needed from Robert Coleman, understanding they need every single yard they can get, and the defense continues to fly around. Jeremiah Young blowing up that halfback screen, getting his paw on it, but biggest play of the game right here.
4th and 3 from the 46. McDowell being motioned into the slot. Empty backfield for Coleman, and whistles will stop this play. Timeout Lamar. They didn't like how unorganized they were as the play clock dwindled down to 0. So the delay of game is saved, but the final timeout by Lamar is burned.
You'd rather be on the same page and not lose those 5 yards. But a crucial mistake not to have that timeout the remainder of the game.
UIW's upcoming schedule. Northwestern State will be on the road, and then the last home game of the season against Southeastern Louisiana before traveling to Houston to take on the university formerly known as Houston Baptist.
And they've still got a chance to finish at an even 500, both in conference and in their overall record. So they've got plenty to play for. Like you said, Coach Killo talking to you this week. They're playing for pride, and they can play spoiler to Lamar and Southeastern Louisiana.
Robert Coleman has his work cut out for him right now. Needs to pick up a 4th and 3. Quick sling to the left side. It's completed. That'll be a 1st down and a little bit more, as getting his first catch of the day, Jaden Gerard comes up with a big one.
Quick slant from Gerard able to beat soft coverage. First time really all day that you've seen that much coverage or that much separation.
Coleman's going to try and get some yards with his feet. He's pushed out of bounds there by Declan Williams after picking up a couple yards to the 35.
And Declan Williams has had the best game defensively for Incarnate Word. 12 tackles on the game, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and he and Dude Smith continue to fly around. They're in that middle linebacker position, and they have stood up to the challenge of this Lamar rushing attack.
John Mathis down on the field for UIW. This is an injury timeout. 24-10. Incarnate Word with this 14-point advantage. 52 ticks before the 2-minute timeout. Mathis seems to be okay after briefly being shaken up. Clint Killo able to help him to his feet as they walk off the field. Obviously, it's nice to see Mathis okay, making this an even more welcome timeout for Lamar.
Yeah. Anytime you can go over to the sideline, make sure you're cool, calm, collective, know what you're running. It's a blessing, but they got to, time's still rolling actually.
Clock does pick back up. Could be the last play before the 2-minute timeout, depending on how fast Lamar goes. Coleman drops back. Lofts it up to the left side, just overthrows Fusilier. Incomplete.
Wow, he had him open. A little wheel route. A little clear with a couple vertical routes. Fusilier wheels around and had a step on his defender. Just a little bit of an overthrow from Robert Coleman. So 3rd and long now. Still 2 down territory for Lamar. Got to score a touchdown.
From the 35, 3rd and 7. Robert Coleman sends Xavier Coleman out of the backfield. Goes through his progressions and slings it to the left side. Caught again by Ja'Cory Hyder. Hyder makes a man stutter step through his progression and fights forward into the red zone just shy of the 10.
That's a blown coverage as Hyder comes across as a drag route wide open, not covered, and a good open field tackle there by Kendrick Stone. As we go to the 2-minute timeout.
Yep, takes us to our final break of the ball game. Stick with us, 24-10. Lamar has to score when we come back. from the 12 after the 2-minute timeout. Lamar finds themselves in a must-score quickly situation. Robert Coleman looking for the end zone under pressure by the defense of UIW and brought down in the backfield. Tackle made by Michael Please Jr., and that'll back up the line of scrimmage near the 20.
That's a second straight time this drive they've tried to go with the screen and go, and it gets blown up by the pass rush. Good job on the back end of not biting for the pump fake, and another sack.
Pass completed over to the right side, caught by Gerard as brought down by Chris Pierce, and inside the 10.
Clock continues to roll though.
Ball at the 8. Coleman, play action. Hit as he throws into the end zone. Gerard comes in with a touchdown, a flag on the play. See what the laundry's about, but at the moment, Lamar gets their much-needed touchdown.
Looks like it's going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Number 4, defense is declined.
Goes against Chris Pierce of Incarnate Word, and out comes the field goal unit for the point after attempt for Lamar.
Just a great job of maneuvering in the pocket was Coleman, and able to fight through some pass interference was Jaden Gerard. Couple big catches on this drive for Gerard, and now it's going to come down to an onside kick.
Point after attempt is an easy one for Ben Woodard. Minute 10 remaining. Incarnate Word's lead trimmed to 24-17. And you're right, comes down to the onside kick. No timeouts remaining for Lamar. So a couple miracles needed by the Cardinals from Beaumont.
They've done a great job in this fourth quarter, fighting back, scoring 14 points. Scoring on their last 2 of 3 drives. That last drive going 11 plays, 69 yards, taking 4:16 off the clock. But they need one more possession. And with no timeouts, it's a must recover onside kick here.
So Ben Woodard will be asked to dig into his bag of tricks day after Halloween, see if he can come up with a treat for his Lamar Cardinals.
Lorks on this near side, Waltall on the far side, close to that UIW side, and they're going to spend a timeout to make sure they're set up.
Incarnate Word had 2 timeouts remaining. Not much film on potential onside kicks, I imagine, as UIW got their first look of what Lamar might decide to do.
Yeah, when the opposing team's 7-1 and their only loss is to a now 8-1 North Texas team. They didn't have to use many onside kicks this season. But it's a reason why they spend a timeout period every single practice. These things win ball games, and it could seal the deal for Incarnate Word right here if they execute.
Woodard does get the ball, and then it'll be bounced forward, and Lamar had a chance, but UIW comes up with the football, and that should be the ball game.
It looked like Lamar was offsides even if they had recovered.
I think that was very close to not going 10 yards as well. So I'll have to see on the replay, but I think this is just UIW football victory formation time. Might cut out, but first down UIW, and That should do it.
Yeah, they've had 2 kickers. They faked it to one side, tried to go to the middle, and Drew Merrill was right there a little bit before the 10 yards. Looked like had he waited at that 40-yard line, it might have gotten there, but Ben Woodard first to touch it as well, and didn't matter with them being offsides. It's victory formation time for Incarnate Word.
At least one more knee will be needed after that one right there, and UIW has a victorious homecoming game. UIW will end Lamar's 7-game winning streak that dates back to the upset over South Dakota on September 6th. On the Incarnate Word side, they snap a 3-game losing streak and play spoiler to one of the teams unbeaten in the Southland Conference, the 14th ranked Lamar Cardinals.
Second ranked victory for Incarnate Word here at Benson Stadium this year, and they'll likely have an opportunity for one more in 2 weeks when Southeastern Louisiana comes to town.
Final ticks of the clock will milk off as the teams shake hands in good sportsmanship. The Battle of the Cardinals won by UIW. Incarnate Word improves to 3-6 overall, while Lamar falls to 7-2 overall. First win in Southland Conference play for UIW. Clock hits 0 and it's official. UIW wins their homecoming game. So for Sam Kamen and the rest of the ESPN crew, I've been Carl Schoening saying so long from Gale and Tom Benson Stadium, where the final score is Incarnate Word knocking off Lamar 24-17. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of the Southland Conference and ESPN. All rights reserved. Have a good rest of your Saturday, everybody.